Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Cabby, CEO and owner of Loclicious, an all-natural product line for locked and loose natural crowns. Loclicious. Imagine cutting your braiding time down from hours to minutes. What if the next big beauty invention wasn't a new product, but a robot? So in today's video, we're going to dive into one of the most talked about inventions shaking up the beauty industry today. It's the Halo Braid, a robotic hair braiding system created by Yinka, a biomechanical engineer and lifelong braid wearer. It's not just about technology, it's about culture, time, and the future of Black hair care. Let's take a look at how automation might change the game for stylists, clients, and our community.
Imagine if every time you got your hair cut, it took 6 hours, cost $200 to $300, and gave your hairstylist arthritis at age 29. This is what it's like to get your hair braided. And I know this firsthand because I've worn braids all my life. And when I braided my own hair for the first time, it took me 4 days. But I'm not alone because hair braiding is now the most popular hairstyle for 20 million Americans who experience this miserable process every 8 weeks. And yet braiding hasn't seen innovation since braiding was invented 5,000 years ago. That's why we're building Halo Braid, the first patent-pending hair braiding robot that saves time for stylists and their clients. Stylists start the braid, Halo finishes it, and we reduce braiding time from hours to minutes, making braiding joyful, not painful, and allowing a stylist to grow their business without destroying their hands. Our devices have done thousands of braids and braided full hairstyles like mine for the past year. And we use machine learning to match professional quality, but to do it 5 times faster. So now we're excited to realize our mission of saving billions of hours spent braiding hair each year and transform an industry that hasn't changed in thousands of years. Thank you.
Hello, every year my alma mater, Harvard, hosts a startup competition, and this year this Black woman was the winner. Why? Because she invented a device called the Halo Braid, which braids your hair. Let me show you the site. Okay, so this is halobraid.com. You can join the wait list to get the machine, but basically what it allows stylists to do is to start the braid, and then the machine finishes the braids. And her pitch, which you can watch on Harvard's TikTok, her pitch basically goes into detail on the fact that braiding has not been innovated on in the last 5,000 years. 5,000 years with no innovation. And I just want to say, when I saw this pitch, I screamed, okay? Because I've been saying for years, why is braiding so hard? How have we not figured this out? As someone who can only do fat plaits, okay, I cannot do a cornrow to save my life. I cannot. I cannot. How is it still so hard? How have we not innovated at all? And here go this woman bringing us not only an innovation, but winning the Harvard Startup Challenge with that innovation. I'm excited. I can't wait. And she also talked about how a lot of hair braiders get arthritis early because it's just so hard on their hands. It takes, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours every time they're doing a head. So it cuts down on their time, allows them to do more clients. It's also supposed to be very gentle. I was hoping the site would have videos of it getting done. I couldn't find any, but I'm excited to see them. I just want to say shout out to this young lady.
Would you let a robot braid your hair? It takes hours, and sometimes we'll dedicate a whole day to getting our hair braided, but it can last up to 6 to 8 weeks or more, and they are now working. I'm gonna show you a video on having robots to braid your hair. A young lady at Harvard presented it as a startup, and they have practiced it or used it for at least a year. What do you think about it? I'm going to show you the video to it. Some people say it's going to take jobs away, but if you could have a robot braid your hair for half the time, would you do it?
Hair braiding hair is a sacred cultural tradition, but it takes hours of intense labor. Now Black women are building an AI robot to do it faster, cheaper, and better. Genius move or crossing the line? For many Black women, getting braids feels more like surviving than self-care. So what if a robot could do it instead? Angel Blush, founder of Black Women in AI, is working with other Black women on a hair braiding robot. The goal: faster, cheaper, exceptional service. Imagine you choose your style from a database that constantly incorporates thousands of styles. It scans your head, and the robot gets to work. No breaks, no conflict, and you're out in less than an hour. So would you even let a robot braid your hair? This could create a luxury at-home experience, but can a machine respect the culture behind the braid? Or is this just AI automation taking over one more field?
So if you didn't know, a black woman by the name of Yinka just won the Harvard Innovation Startup Competition. And this is a big deal, not just because she's a black woman, more specifically Nigerian, but because she's a black woman who co-founded a product designed for the black community and was able to win in a predominantly and historically white space. The product that she co-founded is named Halo Braid, and it's a robot designed to help hairstylists, specifically braiders, complete braiding and go through hair appointments in a faster and more efficient way. A lot of things resonated to me in her pitch as someone who's also building a product specifically for the black hair care community, but the one that stood out to me the most was her discussion about innovation in the black hair care space. She brought up how there's not been a real innovation in the black hair care space in generations. I've always thought that the biggest issue facing the black hair care community isn't the fact that stylists cancel appointments with you in the last minute or that clients don't know what they're really asking for. But for me, I've always thought that the biggest issue has been the lack of innovation in the black hair care space. We've all kind of gotten used to having a mid-tier experience getting our hair done. I can speak from experience. Literally 2 weeks ago, I went to get my hair done. It took me an hour in Chicago. It's mad black people here. It still took me an hour to find someone to do my hair, someone who I can trust, and that's key, to do my hair in Chicago within 24 hours. That took an hour for me to look through Instagram and Style Seed and TikTok to try to piece together the stylist and the work and know that I could trust them. I think Halo Braid is really, really great because it challenges kind of a core principle that we've grown up with. The fact that if you're going to get your hair braided, it will take you a minimum of 7 to 8 hours. Their product is so cool because it challenges that and says, actually, we can make that faster and we can make that a better experience, not just for stylists, but also their clients. And so huge shout out to the founders of Halo Braid. So excited to see when this rolls out. I'm signing up for the waitlist today. Definitely recommend that everybody watches her pitch video. But yeah, this was really, really inspiring for me.
That's why we're building Halo Braid, the first patent-pending hair braiding robot that saves time for stylists and their clients. Stylists start the braid, Halo finishes it, and we reduce braiding time from hours to minutes.
One of the biggest complaints that not only stylists and clients make is how long the braids take. There are times where I dread spending hours on one person's head. A lot of the times at traditional braid shops, you'll have like 6-7 people on your head because of the time that it cuts down. This is why entrepreneurs are problem solvers. Literally, this is a problem that she saw in the field and she's using technology, AI, which is where our world is going, to solve that problem. I remember when Elon Musk came out with his robots. People were making jokes about making this Tesla robot do braids for them. My biggest question would be, since she's saying the braider has to start the braid, how fast would the robot be able to move? Because I remember I had an assistant who would finish off the braids for me, and even she still wasn't that fast. So if a robot is moving faster than a human, how would that look like when it comes to tension on the hair, uniformity? These are all things that if I'm getting my braids done, I want it to be fast, I want it to be uniform, and I want it to be neat and tension free. Also, is it just gonna do one braid, or would you need several robots to work on several different parts of your hair? Kind of like when you go to certain braid shops, it's like 5 different people on your hair completing different sections. Imagine if each of them were like a robot. Would you need, I don't know, like how fast could the robot braid as opposed to another human? I think that if they could solve the speed, the tension, and the uniformity, I think this could be a great invention. People are always saying AI is replacing the jobs, AI is replacing the jobs, but every time there was a technological advancement, it just created different jobs for people.
So what do you think? Is a braiding robot a blessing for stylists and clients, or does it risk removing that cultural bond between mothers, daughters in our community and in our salons? Personally, I do see this as an evolution in braiding, not a replacement, since you do have to start the braid first and then the robot will actually finish the braid. But I do think it's a way to honor our roots and embrace the future, because technology is coming whether or not we evolve with it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Would you trust a robot to braid your hair? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more stories about locks, hair, innovation, beauty, culture, and creativity. Until next time.
Loclicious.